All right, we are back with a live piano lesson, or practice is what I call these. I don't really call these lessons because it is my practice and I'm working through stuff. And then, trying to make these into shorter, more compact videos that are more lesson oriented. This is kind of like practice. All right, welcome. Become a member at musicbythemeasurespro.com if you want to support us making more content like this, more videos like this, more lesson videos. And you can even actually tell me what videos and what songs you want me to break down: guitar, bass, drums, piano, someday vocals. Not someday soon, but someday vocals. And you can get the sheet music, and we have monthly subscriptions, and it helps us out a lot and helps us kind of create higher quality sheet music. That's what we prefer to do here. Okay, so we're looking at Free Fallin, Tom Petty's solo album, but most of the Heartbreakers played on it, if I remember correct. Oh, yeah, because Jeff Lynne produced it. Definitely Mike Campbell. I think Benmont Tench, which I always pronounce his name wrong. Maybe I'm close this time. All right, so we're going to be breaking this song down. It's one of the first ones that I get kids to play right away in a lesson situation because they can hear it. They can hear their part in the song. They can hear that chord movement pretty easily. They get a good sense for the rhythm. It's not too hard. There's only a little bit of note movement. So it's just a good kind of like confidence builder and get them playing the keys right away. So in this beginning, we have this F chord, F, A, C. We should go over the key signature. Yeah, there's one flat. It's a B flat. So we got this F, A, C. And that's a dotted quarter note. Now, in the beginning, I don't have people count right away. I try to get them go, and, ba, da, da, da. So if you can hear that movement, 1, 2. Funny, I'm saying I don't make them count, and then I'm counting while I'm demonstrating it. But for the most part, I just want to hear them, ba, da. If they get that sense of time, ba, da. Then after they get that sense of time, maybe like 5, 6 lessons down the road, I'd be like, all right, we got to learn how to count. Maybe not on this song, but a different song. But this one would go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So the note that I'm moving to make that F chord into a B flat suspend 2 is I'm taking this A and making it a B flat. Out of context of the chord, with the chord. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. That's that first measure. And you could honestly get by playing these two measures 100% of the song. I mean, there's a couple changes that he puts in. There's a note held. I think there's a little riff in the end. But for the most part, this is the idea of the song. All right, so right after that, we keep that B flat chord, B flat suspend chord in that next measure, and it's 1 and, 1 and. So it's a very quick movement, 1 and 2. And then the only other chord that we need to learn today is F, G, C. I was going to play that wrong. I think I do play that wrong usually. Let's play this in context. Oh yeah. I think earlier as I was warming up, I might have did that for some reason. So it's actually even easier than I was preparing it to be. So our last chord is that F, G, C on top, which makes it a C sus4. All right, so let's put just that second measure in context. So you got that bam, bam, right? Again, don't think about counting right away. Think about hearing it. So I'm gonna do some tracking videos for this song. But I think an interesting idea for somebody who's like really, really new to it and they don't want to do all this chord work would just even be going. Be a good kind of starter exercise. Now full speed is 85 BPM. Let's go 60, something really nice and easy. And I'm going to do each of these measures and just kind of count this through a couple times. So if you're new to counting, you're new to piano, I'm kind of what this lesson's geared towards. It'll be a little bit easier for you. So we're going to put that metronome in there. 1, 2, 3. So the rhythm would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So our simple idea. And 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Now the full chord. And 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Simple. And 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So, you know, as I'm playing through, trying not to rush that offbeat feel, right? It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. There's a little bit of hesitation because you're not on the downbeat. Feels like hesitation, I should say. 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Now the best thing you can do if this is new to you, sit there with a metronome and start to learn how to count and hear that. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And whatever tempo you need. You know, I always recommend, like, you know, if I'm teaching this in a lesson, I'm like, as soon as I can get a kid to get to a metronome, or I should say student. I use kid interchangeably quite often. But if I can get them to hear a metronome and just kind of like get a couple beats lined up with it, and they enjoy it, I know they're going to get farther just because of that. 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, then our next measure. Let's do our simplistic idea. So it's 1 and 2 and. So after that downbeat, they're both on the up. Or, yeah, the up or off beat. One and 2 and. Let's hear that with metronome. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Full chord. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. It's a little rushing on my part. 4, ba da da, and 4, and 4. Let's see if I can line that up. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 4, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 3, 4. So I'll have to practice that a little bit. It's not hard by any means, it's just both those off beats. 2, 3, 4, 1. Gotta start on the right chord. And 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Cool. All right, so let's put both those measures together. And we're going to go back and forth between that simplistic idea where it's kind of a good way for somebody who's newer to the piano. Might argue that sometimes I need to play that version. And then cool. All right, let's try that at 60. Do simple first. Bum, bum, bum. 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Full chord. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 So full speed 85. I mean, we're really not too far away from that. Let's split the difference. I guess that wouldn't be 75, but we'll do 75. Actually, we'll do 70, and then we'll do up to 85. So just the same idea. Again, this is a song that right away I want a student like playing with the actual recording. I don't know. It's that sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of like, we often don't want to start an instrument and just play like nursery rhyme songs, or I know older kids don't. A lot of times piano's like this great fundamental beginner instrument for a lot of students. And so they're more fine like running through the Bastian series or Alfred series and just practicing. But the older kids quite often like, I want to rock, or I want to play something cool right away, or I want to play something contemporary, which you could argue that, you know, Free Falling might be a little bit older. But, you know, who doesn't love Tom Petty? And I'm always amazed when I teach a student like 10, 11, 12 in the year 2024 and they know the song. And I'm like, cool. Good music still exists and kids still like it. All right, 70 BPM. We'll do simple first. Bum, bum, 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Harder chords, and 2 and 3, 4. All right, let's just go up to 85. This is a song that shouldn't take you a ton of time to learn. And that's kind of the ambition of your first couple songs. And so I'm going to try to do this in the next like 4 or 5 songs that I plan out for on piano. It's just like kind of this nice progression. Because I need it as myself, like just to gain not only some confidence in my piano playing, but just to that slow level up. I've been picking a couple pieces via students that are a little bit out of my skill set. So I'm using these as a way to like obviously sell our sheet music, sell our memberships, or promote, I should say, instead of sell. Promote all that stuff that we're doing behind the scenes, and then to also be like, help myself on piano and just setting that bar a little bit higher every single time. So do the simplistic first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Chords. This is going to be a short one because like that's all we really need to work on that. Like I said, I'll do some loop videos for these because I enjoy doing them. I call them the tracking series. It forces me to play everything and analyze it a little bit. So I'm actually going to spend some time setting up for that, and I'll do one of those most likely this afternoon, and just kind of do those two, the simplistic version and the harder version, and yeah. I think we can take it from there. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. And then, yeah. So actually, and I've been doing these videos for piano, or this starter piano one. Tessa, a new member at musicbythemeasurespro.com. Well, I should say she's a new member on our subscriber on our YouTube channel. So I want to thank her for joining. And yeah, beginner piano series is always good stuff to work on. All right, you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all soon.